1. We've got 2. Where's number 3?
Right here!
And their tag team partner.
Right here. I'm the tag team partner.
Oh!
Down with the shield. I just saw the shield. I just saw the shield. It's the guy with the shield.
You know, that is the blood of Bishop, and
wait, what?
Really,
that's your blood?
Yes, and I really.
Mark Adam Haggard, you hate to do this again. Jump in on your microphone. First of all,
doing?
What I am doing is letting you know that the jig is up because Mr. Man, yes, this whole Ataxia business, Bishop, the whole thing is going down the tubes. It's time to clean up the Dynasty. Look what you've done to my son. You've ruined him. He's become one of your dirty trash, and they deserve that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it might be, Mr. Man, you seem like you have a lot more to say than I do on this. Why don't you and the Bishop discuss this a little bit further?
Get up. Come on.
So what kind of evil thing goes through your brain that you could sit here and destroy families?
Aren't you the one that gave this guy some Windex or something to keep him under
None of that was proved in the court of law. None of it.
The guy was walking around talking to a teddy bear. You had to have done something to him, and you're going to sit here and villainize me?
Yes, I'm going to villainize you.
I saved him. Offered him salvation.
He had potential, and now he's just one of many. Just
look at the power he has. What was that? I don't understand how you cannot see what I've done for this man's career.
You've made him lose everything and every match he's ever been in. You beat down on Tyrek for what? To gain what? What has that gotten my son, Wayno? Nothing. Nothing. Look at him. He's getting his butt kicked. Why? Because of you.
The ends will justify the means.
Yes.
It is not for a simple mind like yours to see the end result.
Listen, I don't need to put on some bishop's costume to prove what I am. And its simple mind is not it. You're a pretender from the get-go, and you have all these guys brainwashed. I don't know what's in that Kool-Aid you're serving him. I don't like it. It's worse than any Windex he might have had.
Might have had, so you admit it.
No, did I say might? I didn't say did.
Oh, so I see. You've turned over a new leaf now.
Gentlemen, do you mind if I interject just to try and call a wrestling match for a minute? Because Rick Rekon is wreaking havoc in there with a series of suplexes. The Super Soldier, you know, he and Sergeant Fury actually had a match last month in Port Jervis, New York. where
Yes,
Rick
and-
Rekon actually turned on Sergeant Fury, but the fact of the matter is Sergeant Fury needed the toughest man he could find for this match, and the only man for the job is the only man that could beat him. And right now, look at this, Bishop Ataxia. I hate to rub this in your face, but it looks like they've got your boys in firm control right now.
It's early. It's early. My guys, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. These guys train for this. We go in the backyard, we go in the woods, we go wherever we want, and we beat the hell out of each other for fun.
Well, Sergeant Fury right here, you used the word that probably best describes him, and that is sprint. Going a mile a minute is this entire team. Now, I will point out, obviously, quite a record you and your entire team have over Tyrek, although obviously you've had your, well, we're not going to get into that. Tyrek on a real hot streak here tonight, looking really good. Even you have to admit the Mad Viking is looking magnificent. Power slam to Lazarus.
He is impressive. I've been seeking this man out since pretty much I started Ataxia. There's something I see in him. He's an impressive specimen.
Dropping the elbow does Sergeant Fury right there.
He just needs to awaken. He needs to find himself.
Well, let me ask you. Obviously, you know, you've got a penchant for Tyrek. You'd love for him to join the ranks of Ataxia at some point, however that might happen. But what about Sergeant Fury and Rick Rekon? What do you make about these guys after that chop?
Look, they both have their own prior agendas. Fury, let's face it, he's got problems with Hameen and the Axis of Evil. Recon, like you said yourself.
Oh my God.
They're on opposite ends of the ring last show. Does Tyrek really think that these guys can work together and carry him through this?
Sergeant Fury might have done some serious damage to his leg right there. Went knee first into the top turnbuckle and then fell backwards. And now you better believe that Lazarus is going to take advantage.
That's right. Come on, Lazarus. Stay on him. Stay on him. Bury him in deep. Bury him in deep.
Mr. Mann made mention of it when he stole the microphone away from me, is that Lazarus used to be, under the guidance of one Mr. Mann, and you seem to have turned him.
And, you know, like I said before, he claims it wasn't proven in the court of law, but he gave him some unknown substance in his drink to keep him under his spell.
We've seen the video.
Yes, we have. But yet, I'm the bad guy because I offer him enlightenment.
Who did set up those cameras in Mr. Mann's house, I wonder?
Long before I was with Dynasty, sir. Long before I was with Dynasty. I wonder myself.
Now, which member is this right here? Is that Dagon or is that Gorgo?
That is Dagon.
Dagon.
That is Dagon. He's the muscle of the crew.
Without a doubt. 300 pounds goes Dagon.
Choke the life right out of him, Dagon.
I suppose you're real proud of this action there, aren't you?
Oh, proud as a...
Well, take advantage of the moment, son. It's ending soon. And Mark, you know, I thank you so much for coming in and calling the match. I had to get away from this guy anyway.
Well,
Don't you have something
Mr.
to
Mann,
do?
while you're here,
This is my time.
I have to ask you, Mr. Mann. We see Lazarus right there. You've made the point before that he used to be under your guidance. You have to admit, Lazarus is looking pretty good here as a member of Ataxia. You cannot fault the Bishop for what he's been able to do.
No, because he took somebody, gave him some time, and that's what he needed in the ring to improve his skills. And yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that he's destroying lives, ruining families. That ends now.
It is. It's unbridled violence. That's what I brought out in him. He embraced his darkness.
Once again, guys, I hate to...
Well, I don't want to hear anything about his sexual preferences.
Well, guys, I hate to talk about
He's
wrestling.
your son.
I hate to talk about pro wrestling tonight, but Sergeant Fury trying to fight his way out. A fighter from the U.S. Army trying his best to get his way through this onslaught from Ataxia, and now we've got Lazarus.
Come on, Lazarus.
Would you say Lazarus is the point man of the three? Is he the quarterback?
Yes, he's the general. Yes, he's the quarterback.
Well, when you're not in there.
Well,
What are the chances of us seeing you in there with them sometime?
you know, if Tyrek wins tonight, that's a very big if.
We know that.
He is entitled to a match with me.
And that's what I'm saying. We've been waiting. We've been waiting for the Bishop to step back inside the squared circle.
I am not a trained wrestler. I am a spiritual guider. I cannot do what these men do.
And now you are spiritually guiding Lazarus to step right on the sternum of Sergeant Fury right there, knocking the wind out of him, making it very hard to continue.
Let's just say if I were ringside, it'd be on his throat.
I don't want anyone watching at home on Roku, wherever you're watching us, YouTube, beyond, all over the world. I don't want you to look at these gargantuan individuals and think for 1 second that they are not well conditioned. Look at that. You cannot do that kind of maneuver. You cannot have that kind of movement without being an extremely well-conditioned athlete. And Ataxia going for the pin. This is one fall to a finish, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's all it takes.
That is all it takes, not elimination. Should Sergeant Fury be pinned here by Dagon, the match is over for Tyrek, for Rick Rekon. As you see Rick Rekon calling his partner, but I don't know if that's going to help.
No, because see, if touching on what we were talking about earlier, about myself climbing in the ring, when Ataxia wins this match,
of course,
Tyrek will bow.
And there he goes, missing the avalanche that time.
Oh, no. Tried time and time again to get Tyrek to bow. He's not bowing.
Guys, by the looks of things, I don't think Tyrek's gonna be bowing. Sergeant Fury fighting his way out of...
You mark my words, Mr. Man. Tyrek will be standing by my side at the end of this night.
Once again, Sergeant Fury fighting his way out of a precarious situation. And Tyrek,
come on,
that's
Dagon.
The most animated I've ever seen the Mad Viking in my life.
Come on, yes. Now you'll see.
Yeah, you're right, we will see.
No.
Clothesline, followed by clothesline, followed by clothesline.
Oh, that boot. This is unreal. He is on a roll.
Oh, wait a minute. Tyrek now.
Come on,
scoop slam.
Come on, Gorgo. So right now we see Tyrek being cocky, which is probably going to be his downfall.
And Tyrek with a 2 count. Only a 2.
That's just Gorgo catching his breath, taking a breather. Now see, if he were under my tutelage, he would never sloppy pin like that. He would have dug deep, sunk the pin in, and would have had the 3 count.
I think Tyrek is just very confident in his abilities. And what is Rose doing in there right now?
You know, I wish I knew.
You wish you knew. This has your fingerprints all over it, and now Ataxia. Like again, now everyone's in there.
My favorite thing, absolute chaos.
Sergeant Fury looks to have tossed Gorgo out, and now Dagon going after Tyrek. We've got Rick Rekon and Lazarus.
Excuse me.
What? I'm by my... Wait a minute! Ben Hameen! That was Ben Hameen! Ben Hameen attacked Sergeant! You son of a... Sergeant Fury was just attacked by Ben Hameen. And now Rick Rekon going after Lazarus. A cutter on the floor! That might have broken Rekon's neck. Oh my God! A fireball to the face of Rick Rekon. What am I even saying right now? This is crazy. The Bishop Ataxia. No, you son of a...
This is insanity!
It's insanity!
Did you see? Listen, I don't care. He's been turned evil.
Listen, the only thing more insane than what's going on is the fact that Tyrek is still able to kick out after this incredible 3-on-1 assault. And now, that's Gorgo.
He's a beast. Come on, Tyrek, finish this up. I can't stand this. He's still my family. I'll be right back.